Hey, good Wednesday morning to you. We're looking at Galatians chapter 3, verses 1 through 3. Galatians 3, 1 through 3 this morning. As I looked at Galatians, Paul goes back and talks about coming to faith, walking with Christ, the time that he spent, the struggles that he had. And he talks about all of that, and then he says, O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ was clearly portrayed among you as crucified? This only I want to learn from you. Did you receive the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are you now being made perfect by the flesh? Paul was sharing this with the Galatians because some had came in and started telling about how they must do certain things, live a certain way, and that's the only way they could get to heaven. And Paul reminds them that when Christ died for us, when we received Jesus as our Savior, he now lives in us. His Spirit indwells us, and by his Spirit we live, and by faith in his promise we live. Today, I wonder, we have people who live any way they want to live, and they use grace as a license for sin. That's not what Paul is saying. Paul is saying we need to live by faith that what Jesus did is enough, and we need to be obedient to Jesus because he is Lord, and we need to follow him. And so we need to continue to walk in the Spirit. We need to let that Spirit guide us, the Spirit of God, not the spirit of the world, the spirit that would those that would fall into all kinds of sin, all kinds of things that are offensive to God, that are detrimental to their health. Those are things that we shouldn't be a part of, because the faith would lead us away from those. The walking in faith would help us, that deciding that the Spirit would speak to us. And so Paul is reminding them, and I'm reminding you, today walk by faith. Don't listen to what the world has to say. Don't do what others say is the right way to live, the acceptable thing to do, whether it's the acceptance of the world or the acceptance of others. We stand in the presence of God because of faith in Jesus Christ. So this day, if you receive that Spirit, if that Spirit is what brought you to faith, that Spirit is what saved you, then live in that Spirit and walk in the Spirit in faith and not in works. Walk close to Jesus this day and let him love you. Know that you are loved. Know that your life matters. Hey, today we have a men's study at 5 at Hardy's. Invite you to that. There's a ladies' study at 6 at the church. There's a choir rehearsal. The Celebrate Recovery group is meeting today. They're having a meal at 5:45, I believe it is, and then they're going to go into their groups. And so we have that. We have something for the children, something for the youth. They're at the church at 6. So we do all of that because we mean it when we say we're here for you. So you have a great day and know that you're loved. God bless.